What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys had a fantastic day today, and today we have another diecast model aircraft review for you guys. Today we have the NG models 1:400 scale United Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Star Wars livery. This is one of the coolest planes out there in my opinion. This is just, I can't even believe that this became a model, and my goodness, this is such a nice aircraft, and I most certainly thought this would be a fantastic one to review for you guys today. I hope you guys are excited for today's video, and without any further delay, let's get started with the box as per usual. Alrighty everybody, so let's get things kicked off with the box. Now this is one of the best NG boxes I think I've ever seen. NG always finds a way to make the boxes really unique, and this is absolutely no exception. So as you guys can see right here, we have some sort of atmosphere going with the box, which I think is really cool. You have the red Boeing 737-800 titles right here. Here's the CGI of the aircraft, and then you have all the applicable Star Wars figures right here, which I think look really cool. Then you got some dots back here to represent space, which I think is really cool, and this thing looks really cool. Star Wars, the Rise of the Skywalker NG models. You got the United with the red background drop shadow, I should say, right there, which is really cool. Registration November 36272. You got the Boeing trademark right there. 1:400 scale diecast model aircraft. Here's the side of the box, and I really like it. Just pretty simple on the outside, but hey, it's all good. Would have been really interesting to see if they would have did the space background back there too on the sides. And here's the back of the box. You got your warning, the item number, which is 58133. You got the Facebook, Instagram, visit our website, all those fun details. What an outstanding box this is, and a really nice one, but you guys are going to see what's really outstanding here in just a moment with the model. Alrighty everybody, and here's the NG models 1:400 scale United Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Star Wars livery. Like I said, this thing just speaks for itself, and this crisp lighting right here, I can't say much more besides this is just drop dead gorgeous, and my goodness, to say the least, this is flat out amazing. This is a fantastic model right here. I am so glad to have this one in my collection, and I'm really excited to dive into all the details with this aircraft. So without any further delay, let's get into it. Alrighty everybody, so let's dive into this stunning aircraft. So beginning up here, you have the cockpit windows right here, and then you have all the nice details. So the premise of the livery is pretty much a black background with the white dots, which I think is really cool. So here you have all of those right here, which look really nice right there. Then you got some lines up here on the front, which I think look really nice. Then you have the nose landing gear right here, and just in general, man, the livery just stands out for itself. It's so much different looking at it in real life. I'm just looking at it right now, and it's just such a unique casting. You don't see a livery like this. I'm just taking a moment here to grasp it. It is so cool. And like I said, here's the nose landing gear right here with the door, really nicely detailed. They did a good job, and you can barely even notice it with how cool this livery is, so that's really nice. There's no problems with it, by the way, just the landing gear in general. You don't really notice it with how cool the aircraft is, which is pretty awesome. You can briefly see your Star Alliance logo right here, and then you have the L1 boarding door, which is quite nice. Here's our first figure right here. I'm not a Star Wars expert, but I can say that looks really cool right there. And then this is the left side, which is the blue side of the aircraft. So here's your United Billboard titles right here, which turned out really well. And one note that I've seen online quite a few times is that the printing, especially on these figures, is pretty pixelated. Yes, that is true, but you guys do have to consider how hard of a livery this is for a model manufacturer like NG models to produce. This takes so many hours of just printing and casting and all those details just to get this even remotely close to correct. So it's one of those things that having a model is just crazy in general. But one thing I would like to do is get the JC Wings model just to compare it, because it would be a pretty interesting comparison. But personally, I think NG did a really good job on it, but there are some things you can notice, like how big these strokes are on the outlines of the figures and everything. But personally, I think it's all good. Again, I'm just crazy. It's crazy to think that we have a model of this, to be honest. And then like I said, we have the Billboard titles right here. This is what your first class would be. Then you have your economy. Here's your CFM56 engine. I think it looks really good on this aircraft. NG gets an adequate amount of clearing, as you guys can see, and you even fit that piece of the pencil under it, so that looks really nice. And then, of course, you got the antenna along with the emergency exits right there in the escape patch right there as well. Here are the winglets. I think they look really nice with the scimitar winglets. We got the blue on this side, of course. Then you got your flap, slat, and speed brake detail, which also turned out really nice on this aircraft, and a couple more figures right there as well. The main landing gear also turned out really nice. It's really cool to get to see the all black tires. I think that looks really cool. It's a nice job right there by NG to represent that. You got the antenna in a white Wi-Fi box, which looks pretty cool. Then, of course, you have more figures back here, less dots around the figures, which is pretty cool. So here's another one. Again, I wish I knew exactly what these were, but nevertheless, we have some sort of figure right there, and then another antenna, and then the Star Wars, Rise of the Star Wars, the Skywalker, excuse me, right there with the Star Wars, and then the registration November 36272. Here's the lightsaber on the left side. I personally think that looks really cool in this aircraft, and they did a great job representing that. You also have your horizontal stabilizers and all the the APU detail, and all that fun stuff. On the right side of the aircraft, you have the rest of the applicable details. This is the red side. Personally, I don't know which side looks better. They both look super cool to me. So feel free to comment below and let me know which one you guys think is the best. It kind of reminds me like a personality or mood swing. That's kind of what it reminds me of. If you're mad, you like the red side more, but if you're happy, you like the blue side maybe. I don't know. But nevertheless, this still seems like a really cool design right here with the red. You got more figures throughout here, which is right here, and right here. Again, they did a really good job considering how small this aircraft is. Like I said, yes, it's pretty pixelated, but I don't think printing technology is quite to the point where they can make it non-pixelated. So very good job, nevertheless, to get to represent this right here. Like I said, we got the CFM56 right there. Then you got another antenna right there. You got the emergency exit pad right there, the flap slat and speed brake detail too. And then you got the underside of the wing, also looks really nice. Here's the Scimitar winglet once again. This side is red, and like I said, both colors I think look really good. So nice job there as well. Another figure next to the Wi-Fi box, which looks quite nice. And then of course you got your baggage doors. Let's see if I can spot those. I really cannot see them. I think one might be right here, and the other one is, I'm gonna have to bring it up close. They are very hard to see. They are very hard to see. One is right here. It might be easier on the camera, and then I think one is right here. So really nice to get that detail. And then you got your red lightsaber, a little bit pixelated too, but I mean, hey, I can't complain. I just can't believe we have a model of this. It's just stunning. It is flat out amazing. There is no other way to say it, and this model is just absolutely incredible to say the least. The top of the aircraft has some really cool detail on it, including the Wi-Fi box, the white dot right there, and then all the specs right there. Also considering that goes onto the engines too, which is quite nice. The bottom of the aircraft also is really detailed. You got a red antenna, 3 of them I should say, which look really nice. And then just all your dots down there as well, with all the detail in the Scimitar winglets and everything. That just looks super nice in my opinion. Alrighty, so here's the front of the aircraft. Really nice job by NG here. You can see how level the wings are and everything. So good job there. That looks really nice. Here's the right side front, if you will. I guess you could call it that. I'm not exactly sure what the best thing to call it would be, but there you go. Here is the right side of the aircraft. Looks really nice. And I'm sorry about all the crap in the background. I had to set up the airport, so sorry about that. Here's the right back. And here is the back itself. I think they did a really good job, like I said, casting it. It looks really good in my opinion. Here is the back right. I'm sorry, that was the left. I'm sorry. I guess on the eye side it was the right, but nevertheless, that would be the aircraft's left side. So here's the actual back right. Here's the actual right. I'm sorry, and then here is the front right itself, and back to the front. One has no words for how cool of an aircraft this is. I'm so glad to have this one in my collection, and man, this is one of the coolest models I have by far. Really neat one. I'm sure this one's going to have some insane matrix going into the future with its value and everything. So glad to have this aircraft, and it is such a nice one. I'm sorry, I know how annoying it is when I touch the camera while I'm recording, so let me stop doing that. But nevertheless, really nice model right here, and let's talk about some of the details with this aircraft. So this is the United Airlines Boeing 737-824. This one has the serial number of 31590, and this also has the line number of, sorry about that guys, 987 right there. Very nice. This aircraft was delivered on, I believe it's going to be the 12th of October of 2001, probably the Continental, I believe. Test registration was November 1795 Bravo. Pretty interesting. This aircraft is 21 years old at the time of this review. I think when it wore delivery it was between 18 and 20. This aircraft has two CFM 56 7B26 engines, which is very standard for the 737-800. And this aircraft was originally delivered back to Continental Airlines on the 15th of November of 2001 with the same registration. And this aircraft, due to the Continental United Airlines merger, was transferred over on the 30th of November of 2011 after being with Continental for about 10 years approximately, and now has been with United ever since. This aircraft, of course, is very famous for wearing the unbelievable Star Wars livery, and that is pretty much everything you'll find on Google. When this aircraft is Googled and you go to the images, there's some phenomenal pans of it, just normal pictures of both the blue and the red side. I was fortunate enough to get to watch this aircraft also fly over when it was going from, I think it was Washington Dulles to maybe Las Vegas to Los Angeles. It was back in early 2020 in January, and that was really cool. I never got to see this aircraft up close and personal, but nevertheless, it was still super fun to get to see this aircraft. The aircraft also had a really cool interior with the red side on the passengers if you were walking in on the left, and also the blue on the right, which was also very cool for the correct side of the aircraft that you were sitting on. And just ultimately, this is a fantastic way to celebrate the new movie and everything. That was quite nice. I'm definitely interested, like I said, in getting that JC one just to compare, but this aircraft is so cool, man, and again, I'm so glad for everybody that got to see this aircraft. This is quite a unique livery, but super, super cool, man, and you just never really see anything quite like this, and I thought that this was super cool for the community. I'm very glad to see this done. I would be interested in maybe getting the JC Wings 1 to 200. That seems like a pretty interesting model, even though it's not the best in terms of the quality of the mold, the printing, or I'm sorry, the livery in general may just make up for it, so would be something I'm interested in for sure. But like I said, this is a very cool model by NG Models. They did a fantastic job developing this one. Very glad to have it in my collection, and I'd highly recommend picking it up before it sells out if you guys don't have it, because like I said, this is one of the coolest models out there, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. It doesn't get much cooler than this. And what a fantastic aircraft this is by NG Models. What a model, and I'm so glad to have this one in my collection. So with all that being said, that will do for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.